Today, we're looking at Noodler's Navy Blue. Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm an ink guy. I get inks, test them, and share the results with you. Now, Noodler's Navy Blue is a blue ink. To make sure I have a range of experience with this ink, I do the writing samples. I put the ink into a different pen for a day. I then put it into a Fountain Pen Revolution Himalaya with their flex nib to take my notes for this video. Now, before we get to the writing samples, let's look at the sciencey bits. Up first is a chromatography, and I agree with Vita that I've learned a lot by doing multiple chromatographies. The one on the left is done the way it's supposed to be done. I put a line of ink down and immediately put it in the water for 10 to 15 seconds. And what we see is it's got this really neat green across the bottom that pushes up and then becomes the blue with that much darker line across the top. The one on the right, I let dry for 10 minutes before I dunk it into water. Now that green really seeped into the filter paper in only 10 minutes, and it's holding very well in place. It doesn't push up, only the blue pushes up. Makes me feel like the green might be a little bit of a resistant color. Resistance tests are done to see how this ink can be expected to perform on the page, and more importantly, how hard it is to clean from your pens. Now I let the smear dry for 3 days before testing it. Looking at the highlighter, I want to say it would have gone well except for that lowercase h. Again, I'm very risk averse when it comes to losing things in my notes if I was to have to go back and highlight. Water lifted off all of the blue but left that kind of grayish green behind that was across the bottom of the filter paper on the second chromatography. And Pen Flush did the same thing. It is very obvious how much that part of the ink does not want to move. Pen Flush does not seem like it's going to be enough. Bleach even had trouble. Bleach did not remove everything that was there. We see a lot of that permanence that we saw in the second chromatography still holding its position against a 1/3 bleach solution. This means try it in a more inexpensive pen before you go try it in something expensive, just to make sure that you don't have any kind of staining problems. Now for the inks I've tested, I have found an average viscosity of 2.5, with the realm of normal being from 2.1 to 2.9. Noodler's Navy Blue has a viscosity of 2.75, making it normal. To find my average dry times, I use my writing samples done with the extra fine and medium nib on Clairefontaine, Tomoe River, and Rhodia paper. For the inks I've tested, I have found an average dry time of 17 seconds, with the realm of normal being from 13 to 21 seconds. Noodler's Navy Blue has an average dry time of 17 seconds, making it not just normal, but average. Now, let's look at the writing samples. I picked this ink up in sample form, and to keep my writing samples consistent, I use a Jinhao 159 with a Goulet 1.1 stub, a Jinhao X450 with a Goulet medium, and, a Jinhao X750 with a Goulet extra fine. Let's take a look at the Clairefontaine. We get no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo sheen, and no shade. This is going to be another boring ink. That's kind of nice. The extra fine has the exact same tone that we see with the 1.1 with no feather, spread, halo sheen, or shade. 13 seconds to dry. This is a fantastic color as a very dark blue, which navy blues tend to be. 13 seconds to dry. Medium, same exact tone all the way through this. No feather, spread, halo sheen, no shade, 17 seconds to dry. The scrubby for both show us this no color variation. We didn't expect it, we didn't get it in a smear test. You could definitely recover this if you smeared while you were writing. Tomoe River, no bleeding. Yes, we get ghosting. The 1.1 has no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. I actually don't like this color on here. It alters the color just enough that I don't like it. So it went from I really like this color to it's a blue. It went to there automatically for this tone of paper. Now that's not a fault of Tomoe River. You could probably use white Tomoe River and be perfectly good.
The extra fine has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade, 17 seconds to dry. It's the exact same tone that we see with the 1.1, and in the exact same tone on the medium, no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade, 21 seconds to dry. The scrubby for both show us no color variation. We didn't expect it, we didn't get it. In the smear test, you definitely could not recover this if you smeared it. Rhodia, no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1, that great color is back. The 1.1 is no feather, spread, halo, no sheen, no shade. The exact same tone with the extra fine. It has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade, 14 seconds to dry. Same tone of this great dark blue with no feather, spread, halo, sheen, no shade. That medium took 17 seconds to dry. Practically the same amount of time. The scrubby for both showed us no color variation. We didn't expect it. We didn't get it. The smear test, you could recover this. So what happens with yellow rhodia? Well, we get no bleeding, no ghosting. Now we sort of expect that. It's still rhodia. What happens to the color of the ink? And it's neat because Noodlers is normally a very dense ink. They're normally quite opaque. And I don't often see a lot of results out of different tones papered, but we did see it with the rhodia, or with the Tomoe River, that it affected the color just enough that, made me go, nah, versus this is a great color. And here, this navy blue was like a navy dark green. Kind of cool for that to happen with Noodlers. The 1.1 has no feather, no spread, no halo, sheen, or shade. The extra fine gives the exact same tone of that navy green, I'm going to call it now, because it's like greenish in tone. It's very nice. Very nice. No feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade. 14 seconds to dry still. The medium, same exact tone all the way through. Now, a lot of times we see with the yellow paper, we do see some changes in things, and we didn't. No feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade. 17 seconds for that medium to dry. The scrubby showed no color variation in either of them. We didn't get it in the smear test. You could still recover this. This is onion skin paper. You use it for cartooning and things like that, and normally with black inks, but hey, it's there, it's fun. We get no bleeding, we get ghosting. You're supposed to be able to see through this. You're supposed to be able to see many pages deep, so it's not really ghosting when the paper's so transparent. The 1.1 has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade, but it looks nice. It's just fun to play with papers. I use this because I was trying to to learn a little bit on some traditional animations, and boy, is that fun and difficult. You want to spend hours of doing the same thing? Yes. 24 frames a second. That's film. It means it takes 24 pictures to make 1 second of a cartoon. Great stuff. Really get some of this paper and give it a shot. The extra fine has exactly the same tone as the 1.1 with no feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade, 7 seconds to dry. The medium is the exact same tone as the extra fine and the 1.1 with no feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade, 10 seconds to dry. The scrubby for both showed us no color variation. We didn't expect it. We didn't get it in a smear test. No, you can't recover it if you smear. Now this one is Franklin Christoph paper. We get no bleeding, no ghosting. The 1.1, no feather, no spread, no halo, no sheen, no shade. Again, boring and beautiful because it's a great color all the way through here. The extra fine is the exact same tone as the 1.1. It has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade. It's 10 seconds to dry. The medium has the exact same tone as the extra fine and the 1.1. Boring is beautiful because it's predictable and it looks good doing it. The medium has no feather, spread, halo, sheen, or shade, 12 seconds to dry. Now the scrubby for both showed us no color variation. We didn't expect it. We didn't get it. The smear test, you probably could recover this if you smeared while you were writing, and that is all that I have for this writing sample.
Instead of finding inks that look like Noodler's navy blue, I would prefer to find an ink that complements its color on the page. I wanted to go with a nice gray with this blue, not a gray that looks black, but a nice gray. I chose the Atramentis Silver Grey. Before I give my opinion on this ink, I would ask, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And if it's your first time here, I would invite you to subscribe. So what do I think of Noodler's Navy Blue? Well, it lacks a lot of the features that I normally really like in ink, like shading. But the color speaks to me a little bit. It's kind of a really nice blue. I really do enjoy it as a dark blue. It'll pass very easily in a professional environment. There's just something really nice with this one. Thanks for watching.